Our first guest today is a newer member of the Queens Chamber named David Balkan, the CEO of Balkan Sewer and Water Main, New York City's largest and most trusted service provider. Before we introduce David, I want to also thank him very much. We've done a program we started here a couple of weeks ago called Adopt a Small Business. You know, writing a check to become a member of the Chamber of Commerce, whether it's a small entry level one or a medium size or a large end, those dollars are harder and harder to come by now based upon the pandemic. So we have this program of kind of doing well by doing good called Adopt a Small Business. And we've asked companies large and small to adopt 1, 5, 10, 50 or more small businesses who need our help. And I want to make sure everybody realizes when I say that we help all small businesses, whether they're members of the chamber of not or not, but we give a little bit of an extra push when somebody gets adopted because we want to make sure they get the value. And we thank our sponsors. I just found out before the program that Balkan is adopting a number of small businesses. So, David, I am grateful on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for your sponsorship of this program, and thank you for the adopting. So, David Balkan, there you are. Nice to see you with that great background of the city that never sleeps. Thanks for being on the program today, and welcome.
Thanks, Tom. It's truly an honor to be asked.
Thank you so much, David. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. What makes you tick, and how did you get into the plumbing, sewer, and water main business?
Oh my goodness. Start with an easy one. I would say, you know what, the business has evolved over the years, and I have as well as an individual. So what made me tick before is not what makes me tick now. Right now, I'd say my true commitment is to my people, to my work family, to make them successful, and to nurture them, to discover talents they might not even know they have, and develop them and find roles for them. Because over here we're really committed to once somebody's in, almost like if you were to adopt a child, you don't let them in your house and then throw them out. Once they're in, we do everything in our power to nurture them, find a place for them, and make it work. Yeah.
How many employees do you have today? How many vehicles on the road do you have, David?
Well, we're down a bit since COVID. We have a little over 80 full-time employees, and we probably have about 25 vehicles or so, maybe more, on the road every single day. Yeah.
So you're one of those everyday heroes I talk about, and I'm not trying to be, funny or strange when I say that, but I know you well enough to know, like most other small business owners, I know you have a responsibility in your heart as you bring them onto board. They're part of your family, work family or otherwise, right? That's 80 different mortgages, 80 different rental bills, 80 different families' kids to educate, and I know how serious you take that. So, in general, again, we're capitalists at the Queens Chamber of Commerce, which in some parts of our city and our country is almost a dirty word, right? But some days we're capitalists with a capital C, and some days we're capitalists with a small c. But we always look at ourselves here at the Chamber of being compassionate. So that's why it's great to have somebody like you that treats your employees like family. Tell me some of the breadth and scope of the things that Balkan does day in and day out in its business here in Queens County.
Well, before I get into the nuts and bolts of what we do, I think really what we're all about, because you're talking about capitalism, is that comes down the road. We try to give awesome service, be courteous and respectful to everybody we deal with, which is trickles down. If that's how we treat our people, then that's how they're going to treat our customers. So it starts with a pleasant experience with people that are usually in a state of distress. Something's broken, leaking, not working, there's a sinkhole, there's something overflowing. So we put them at rest. We actually have a commitment, a company guarantee that will be at a person's residence in 4 hours or less. We do drain cleaning. We do water main and house sewer repairs, replacements, upgrades, new connections. If a building's getting demolished, we'll do disconnections. Essentially, if it's plumbing and it's underground, that's what we do. We deal directly with homeowners, and frequently we get subcontracted out. I'm sorry, because what we do is a specialty type of work. Yeah.
Understood. And so your geographic reach, tell me where it starts and tell me where it goes to. Where do you cover within the New York metropolitan area?
Okay, that's a great question. We're centrally located in Queens, so we have easy access to Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Manhattan, and Nassau County. So
Do
we,
you
we
also
cover,
service commercial accounts as well? I'm sorry.
oh,
Also commercial
absolutely.
accounts?
Absolutely. Again, if it has anything to do with a water supply line or a drain system, regardless of what type of building it's located in or out of and the size of it, we handle it. We can do it. Sure.
So thank you. So some companies during this pandemic have put their head in the sand out of fear or whatever else, and some have plugged forth. Some have just gone in there, never business as usual, right? But they've really worked hard at, as we coin a phrase here, of making lemonade out of lemons. And we have a lemon tree growing in the New York area. Tell me some of the things that your firm has done regarding the community in a feel good way and a boots on the ground way to help the communities that you serve.
Oh, boy. Um, that actually gets emotional for me. A number of years ago, I was driving down Lefferts Boulevard, and I saw this line of people going all the way down the block and around the corner. And I never saw that before, and I didn't really know what it was about. And then when I investigated it, I found out there was this organization called the River Fund, and amongst the many services that they provide, they have a food bank. And that really touched me. It still touches me to this day, honestly. So we committed that from that point forward, every single month, we give a donation of $250 a month towards the River Fund. And to this day, if I drive by on a Saturday and I see that, pardon me, I pull over to the side of the road and I
Good for
just
you.
watch that
Good for
take
you.
place. And I'm tickled that I feel a small part that somebody on that line is getting food that we gave the funds for. It just touches me. Yeah.
You know what? It's a good point because you know what? Thank you for that. As a fellow New Yorker, these are the times they say that try men's souls, and without a doubt, I will tell you, I worked a lot behind the scenes, watching, not doing any heavy lifting, when Emma Levy made that video, and I saw it in bits and pieces along the way, with zero creativity on my part and zero knowledge about how to make even a short 3.46-second movie clip. And when it was all done, and she sent me that clip, she sent it to me late at night one night, and the family was asleep, and I played that video. And I don't mind telling you, I was bawling like a baby seeing that thing for the first time. Not so much that we put it together or that we did it, but it just to me demonstrated that. And so, you know what? It's okay to be emotional about it because I think lots of times people in the general public, folks that do not work for a small business or do not own a small business, don't understand how much effort and time it goes into. So we tout small businesses from the highest mountain. In fact, we tout all businesses, whether they're medium, large, or small, as contributors to the greater good. And so I thank you for that. I'm going to ask Henry to pop up the Balkan Sewer and Drain website in a second as we continue the conversation. So water and sewer mains. Anything going on that might be whether it's rules or regulations, Department of Building, any codes that might be in the offing or coming soon that consumers ought to know about that you could help them with when it comes to their plumbing and sewer situation, David?
There's really nothing dramatic taking place. More and more, I will say that people are signing up with service line protection companies, and we are a vendor with the two primary companies because unlike in days gone by, most heads of the household are both working now. So the service line protection companies do alleviate the stress of having to find a contractor when something breaks or backs up. That's a relatively recent development in the last few years. But otherwise, regulation-wise, things are pretty much stable. There's nothing too dramatic that ever transpires.
That's great. Before I let you go back to your daily duties and managing that company, I like to, again, in the spirit of capitalism and getting the name out there as a
Mhm.
sponsor, would you mind please sharing we had it up on the screen before, but the actual website and the best number to reach Balkan for any kind of problems they may have?
Oh, sure. The website's super easy. It's Balkan, Balkan, plumbing.com. And our direct phone number is 718 there it is, 849-0900. And we actually have people live in the office 7 days a week and holidays up till 9 o'clock at night. So if people have a problem,
Wow.
there's a oh yeah, and we have people in the field till 9 o'clock at night as well. So if you folks out there ever have a problem, we're on it. And there's no premium for night charge either. Just so, throw
That's
that in
great.
there.
You sound like a real smart and fair and very savvy business person. Before I let you go, any closing thoughts?
I am just tickled that you asked me to partake in this. I love your organization. If I have a regret, it's I should have just joined years ago. It's just
Can
awesome
I
what
tape
you
that?
do.
Can I videotape that and play it?
You sure can. 'Cause you guys are awesome. The resources you
Thank you.
provide, the way you helped us out during the pandemic, I couldn't thank you enough.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you very much. And what I would be honored to do is because you know what I have this philosophy about, to whom much is given, much is expected, and also givers gain. If you want to send a link to that River Fund group to Brendan or myself at the end of this thing, sometime today or tomorrow or whenever, I'd be happy to put them on my on one of my blasts for some of the good things that they do. Send me that link if you don't mind, and I'll make sure that we let the world know what they do and how they do it.
absolutely. Thank you.
David Balkan, President, CEO, Balkan Sewer and Water. Thank you so much. Have a great, great weekend, and thanks again, and be well.
You too.
Thanks,
You as
David.
well.
What a guy, huh? I mean, giving money back, giving funds back, employing all those people. He's the epitome of a good, decent man and a good, decent business.